Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I'm just preparing some cards for today's little reading. We're just going to take a look at what's going on in your energy, as there are a lot of mixed emotions. Seeing a lot of towers presenting throughout readings, so maybe we could take a look and see what these towers are representing. So, as always, please remember to just take that resonates and leave the rest. Not all of the message may be for you, just some of it. And thank you to those who have subscribed to my channel, and for those that keep returning, maybe this reading will encourage you to subscribe. I upload at all different times, so it just helps you to get a notification when the next video has gone up. But I appreciate you watching. Okay, so let's take a look. It feels that it's maybe just more of a collective reading for us to just take a little check in. So we have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So hiding something, I was just seeing there, holding on to something, stashing something away. Something's being hidden or stashed away, or maybe someone's digging through old stuff and pulling out something. Also, as I was saying that, I was seeing an item of clothing may be significant for someone. Yeah, an item of clothing that's at the back of the drawer or back of the whatever. It may belong to somebody else. So someone may be holding on to an item of clothing of someone. All right, let's see what we've got, because that could be completely irrelevant. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Empress, Ace of Cups, the Five of Swords, the Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Wands. Well, it doesn't seem very tower energy about that so far. Alright, it feels like, just first glance, it feels like somebody, yeah, so with the item of clothing, doesn't have to be, but it could be somebody has nostalgia about a previous time or person. It feels like somebody is either watching from a distance or maybe in solitude at the moment. So someone could be in prison, don't have to be, or they just could be isolated off for whatever reason, or spend time alone, and they are thinking of someone, but they're feeling they don't want to reach out. I'm not seeing a reaching out here. Maybe they're feeling that, okay, fear of rejection is one thing, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels that this person, either there's something about the light that they are being seen in, or may be seen in, or being perceived, or there's something about somebody thinking one way of somebody, or they're projecting that that's what someone, or inferring that's what they think of them, when really they think of something completely different. So yeah, so maybe you think someone sees you in a negative light when actually you see them in a positive light, or someone is thinking that about you, or any combination that could come in. There may be not so much a feeling of fear of rejection, but there may feel like better off if I don't make contact or reach out. They may feel if this is you collective, or this could be your thoughts and feelings, that you've got new beginnings coming and they're not sure where they would fit into that. There's an element of either feeling or knowing, or that there could be competition, or hoping not. So there's a sense of praying or manifesting. This could be, with some of the other readings, it may well be separate, we'll know more in a bit, but this could be like what gets picked up in the reading, someone trying to block, someone moving forward and so on, so that they've got time to be ready to catch up or be in a different position. But again, with this seeing someone in a different light, I don't know that that would really matter. We've got the Temperance there, so it could be a Sagittarius, doesn't have to be. Could be someone with just that placement. It could also be your spirit guides blocking someone coming forward, because there is definitely a connection to the truth. So this person possibly could hold a piece of information or know a situation that you're searching for a truth, or you're speaking about a truth or something like that. They know that what they could add to it would widen something more for you, but the position they're in, if they're hidden, they may not want to get involved, whatever. The truth's on the table, so it's coming out anyway. Or they could be a part of what's being exposed, or that is once the truth's out and you know who they are, or the part they've played, or that they stood back and watched, or something along those lines, that then your perspective absolutely would change. So not so much a trapped in fear, but damned if I do, damned if I don't, because it would be like, how do you know that information? That could also be something, so I'm sure we picked up that phrase in another reader, of like, how do you know something? So we've got here the Three of Wands as well. So it feels there could be 3 people, 5 or 8 people. There's definitely people waiting for something to happen. It's like deers in a headlight, keeping still, not wanting to rock the boat or give anything away, or just being shown like a spotlight, is like a searchlight moving around. So that could be you collective, or it could be someone searching. It could just literally be the karmic wheel is spinning. All right, let's see. So hopefully that's give a bit of an idea for you in regards to if this is your situation or something that you're connected to or watching unfold right now. So with this Queen of Wands, yeah, all right, so Queen of Wands could be in the reverse. It didn't feel like it should be. Something's going on behind the scenes connected to a Queen of Wands. You're either the Queen of Wands, or something's going on behind your back. We've got here the Six of Swords. So possibly someone feels that behind the scenes you're moving on, you're pulling away, or this is what's happening to you, that you're not realizing that there's a distance growing between you and a person, and in a minute that they will be gone forever or gone for good, that type of energy. We've got here the Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So someone is trapped in their head, trapped in their feelings. They could be worrying, don't have to be. They could just be problem solving. They could also just be observing and piecing together the pieces of their own puzzle in regards to a same situation that you or someone is connected to. It feels there's a frustration with the situation. It could also be a sexual frustration. We've got here the Hierophant, so whoever this person is, they're thinking about commitment, could be thinking about how uncommitted they were. They could also be changing their values, their beliefs, and taking more of a spiritual approach or a religious approach. They could be thinking about marriage. It feels like there's definitely a reflecting back over the past, like I thought my life would be like this by now, or am I ever going to get married? I thought that I would and I'm not, or that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know if I've said it. It feels like it's a masculine energy that I'm tapped into, but obviously it doesn't have to be. We've got here the Four of Pentacles. So the Empress, the Four of Pentacles, somebody is holding on to this Empress energy. There is also a hiding or a shoving away, or a locking something down, a consideration of letting something go, a release in the sense of too much time's passed, or removing someone from a situation. Also, I'm seeing somebody holding on to a property. So there may well be a property in question that's property that belongs to someone else, or someone could be living in a property and it's going up for sale, so they need to move. That's for some. We've got here the Nine of Pentacles, a wish fulfillment, and then it's a double-edged sword, that like almost wishing someone well, but inside hoping not, because they need them to stay stuck or stay in a situation so that it's more on par with whoever this person is. This person could be one of the ones that's spiritually capped, so that's not going to be possible. As I'm just here, I'm seeing a divide getting bigger. So it's either, if it's to do with a property, then it's along the lines, for example purposes only, someone in the house property has been renting or staying or living or whatever. The property's going up for sale, but the people inside, person or whatever, doesn't want to move, so that delays the sale of the house, because they've got to go through the process to get whoever's in there out, and that could have to go through the courts for eviction for some of you. There could be, with the Hierophant there, some kind of legal procedure of having to split a house or assets like that. And maybe if it is a home, somebody's refusing to sell, or someone doesn't feel that they should have a claim on it. Okay, that's one side. The other bit as well is that somebody's keeping the secrets of their new beginning to themselves, and that absolutely has been advised throughout the readings recently, that there's a lot of situations that are interlinked, and there's many hidden enemies, so they're called, not necessarily enemies, but there's so many people with alternative perspectives and invested interest in certain dynamics, so you wouldn't know who is intentionally blocking you, stopping you, or by you receiving or getting or giving, it's taking away from elsewhere. So it feels a bit of that. We've got the Ace of Cups and the Hanged Person. So some kind of love feelings has been placed on hold. Somebody's locked in limbo in regards to their feelings. It feels as well that there may be one or two people in a couple of the dynamics that are either going through the motions, but their heart's not really in it where it should be. There is like a casting the mind elsewhere. There feels that there is also somebody that is maybe torn between two people. And there's definitely somebody with two faces. So someone not sure the best, it's like changing to be a better person, better version of yourself, but fighting everything to not slip back into the old way. So a beginning of a transition of some kind. It can be that, or somebody that's been battling with addiction and they're still in particular environments, and they've got to battle everything to resist that temptation. Something like that. There's definitely someone on the sidelines that is tempted to come forward. That could also be an element of troublemaking that we're seeing, or it's coming forward that way, in the sense of if there is a invested interest for someone, anyone, a particular whatever, for something to be exposed that is a secret that's being buried and hidden, or whatever. So it could be beneficial for a few people within the dynamics that it does get exposed, but by standing on the sidelines or not being able to do anything, the Eight of Swords, hands being tied, the frustration of not being able to add to the truth, or it could very well put someone in danger by speaking the truth. So they're doing Seven of Swords behind the scenes to instigate things or stoke the fire, or do whatever, so that somebody else thinks it's coming from somewhere else and they expose, or some kind of sneakiness like that. If that is a thing that's playing out and that's going on, so obviously you're not going to know fully, collective, if that's happening to you, but that's where it is divine intervention, and that is where it's karmic justice that plays out in that type situation. So you've got to be careful if you are someone that's trying to stoke the fire, even if it is for what you feel the best intentions at this time. It's you're playing with fire, literally, because there's so many things that are so close to the line and it's getting ready to explode. So you don't want to have the best intentions, but you're prodding and poking and shit stirring, basically, at a time when something was about to erupt naturally anyway. So we've got here the Two of Wands. Someone is really torn between what to do, or the best way. It could be trying to remove themselves from a situation, or remove a person from a situation, or make contact, or find a way of getting this truth added to the collective pot, but they need to be strategic the way they go about it. Again, I'm seeing the Eight of Swords, that someone's hands are tied to with the action that they ideally would want to take. There's something here about competition going on. I feel that we do have 1, 2, possibly 3 extremely nasty fuckers that are connected to this situation. Just ruthless, don't give a fuck about people, their families, or anything. They'll have what they want, and you will conform to their way, their plan, and so forth. So that could be an element of why strategy's involved, and it could come up as some kind of competition that's being shady behind the scenes, when really it's more serious than that. We've got here the Three of Pentacles, so again suggesting some kind of group or organisation of some kind, working together, teamwork. There could be an element as well as presenting as all working as a team, but then you have strategic players, so to say, waiting in the wings, hiding in the background, that are playing both sides, or they're keeping their cards close to their chest. Somebody's addicted to tarot readings, that definitely came forward. But there's probably so many readers that they use, or so many things that they're looking for the answer, that it's coming back wrong. This is why you're forced at this time to use your own discernment and your own intuition. We've got here the World. A cycle definitely is not closed out. There have been many cycles closing out and moving on, changing to different layers, different levels. But this particular reading, it's not closed out. And if this is somebody that is umming and ahhing about whether to come forward, whether to do this, or whether to expose someone so that they can gain, or expose someone so it can clear a pathway for the greater good of all, or whatever it may be, the cycle definitely hasn't closed out for that person. Like I was saying, as I'm saying that, this Four of Cups energy, whether it's thoughts, feelings, or a projection, it feels that it's a masculine. I would say a King of Cups, if anything. Could be a King of Cups in reverse. We've got, they're just saying, and just because it's in reverse doesn't mean they're cold, detached, don't care, and they're selfish and whatever. It could just well be that somebody is in their feelings and they're fucking angry, they're fucking frustrated, they've had enough, they want to put something straight, but they need to be strategic the way they go about it. So there could be a vulnerable feminine within the mix somewhere. Someone's not got all of the facts. With this Six of Cups and the Temperance Angel, there is a rebalancing that's pushing forward from the past. It's destined for things to go this way. There's no escaping the karma that's playing out now. It's just that it's been a pressure cooker pot for a long time. It's way overdue is what I'm feeling, but then way overdue doesn't align with the divine. Yeah, many parts to a whole. So 6 players are significant. My feel is as well, if we're touching on it's going back to the past, then we could be looking at people that were around in the original beginning of whatever this story is. Something happened in the past. It's like when we used to do the other readings, it's like Where's the original people that started out at the start of the journey of whatever it was that everyone was into at that time last year, and then moving forward now, is that person solo, or are they surrounded by people, or all the original crews come back on and it's big happy families? Or has there been someone that's gone away and now they've returned? So again, it could be somebody's been in prison for a while and now they're returning, or it's somebody lived abroad, now they're returning, or vice versa. There's someone leaving, someone going, but whoever it is that's leaving, they are, 1 minute they're there and then they're gone. Ta-da! Usually how it works. What I feel I'm saying is it's either an immediate shutdown. I'm not on about an unaliving of any kind. That's not the energy I'm picking up on. Unless that was somebody's dark thoughts. That's not where we're going though. It feels that this is either an instant shutdown, everything's stopped, and there's no way to death and rebirth, resurrect anything, anytime, ever. That's one aspect, and may well be in alignment to some of the collective story of what's unfolding. The other one is someone is literally going to disappear under the cover of night, but there will be no way of preempting when it is, or possibly even who it is, because we were being shown at the beginning that 2 people or 3 people going through the motions like everything's okay. Kind of like, and trigger warning for anyone that's experienced things connected to this, but it is kind of the same of if somebody did take their own choosing to transition and pass, generally no one is aware that it's coming. It just happens, and then there's that guilt of, well, why didn't I know? How comes I didn't see? I should have noticed something was wrong. It feels like this, but without the actual unaliving of the self type energy. It's like everything is going through the motions and seems okay, and then next minute it's shut down or it's gone with no warning. So yeah, we've got here the 2 of Cups, so definitely some kind of nostalgia of a coupling of some kind, or even as well, I'm picking up there may well be a person that is idolizing someone else's relationship, or how someone talks about partner or ex-partner, and someone else is idolizing of, oh, you were an asshole or a bitch to that person. If they were mine, I would definitely do it different. Or someone is profiling you, collective, because I'm seeing, especially with the readings, notes being taken. Obviously people take notes, but it feels like a profiling or an interview of such of, yeah, well, how would you climb over a brick wall that had anti-climb paint on it, for example, and then you would give details of how you would go about it. Whatever it is. Where the hell did that bit come from? Boundaries is all I can get from that. Yeah, well, let me know in the comments how you would get over that brick wall with anti-climb paint on it. That's what it feels like though, but it's in genuine natural conditions that it's being spoken about and discussed. If someone wants information out of you, they're coming forward with the ulterior motive, regardless of if it's sinister or whether it's coming on a kind, caring, helping for the future type energy. It doesn't matter. Someone's coming forward with an intention and ulterior motive, and they're expecting the other person to be either caught off guard or a false sense of security, because not only are they needing to have their guard down so that they give an honest, open or descriptive description of something, that they are also manipulating them into that scenario or into that conversation that leads to that question or that conundrum, that type of thing. So that's definitely for someone out there. Also with that, what I was also being shown as I was trying to describe that to you, that when you get people that are aligning with your energy, or they're mimicking you, or they're looking to it's called destiny swap, but really there's this manipulation of energy and siphoning off so that a new persona can be born, let's say, and they need to take the essence or mimic the qualities of the subject and transfer it over to the new persona. So that's done more often than people would believe, but it is. So when that's in play, yeah, what was they showing? Because I was getting distracted the way that they were showing. I was like thinking of when the film Body Snatchers come out. It was just, even the title alone was horrifying, but this is what they're trying to describe. So, excuse me, I need to pull it back. Sent myself off on one trying to describe it. When, oh yeah, they're showing, as well as they were unpacking all of that, that what happens with this synthesizing of energies, that you will, with the psyops, when that's included in it, so you get breadcrumbed pieces of information and then you're manipulated to a scenario or whatever it may be, and then there's the profiling that's going on alongside it. What you'll find in some incidences, so you may be everyone classed as asleep as this goes on, because you're not aware of it if you don't experience it. But what will happen is you will have already played out in conversation wise a situation that's fabricated, set up, but what it's doing is it's aligning you to the actual gameplay that you're about to be set up or walked into. So, and trust me, yes, it's elaborate, it's deep, it's whatever, but this is what's coming forward from my spirit guides to pass on. There is someone or people within the collective that will absolutely know what I'm talking about here, whether it's put in the comments admitted or what. What they're saying is that in this time that you're either helping a friend through the situation, or you're watching a movie and it's a thriller and you're giving your take on what you would do and all the rest of it, or whether you give readings or whether you're getting readings, or whatever aspect you want to collect information, let's say, you've already lived that then gets passed over to whoever it is. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles have been showing up heavily in these readings. They're the ones that, for their fun, their enjoyment, or what they want, there's that expendable cash, lucky them, that they can pay people, fund people to do it. It would never be seen as a thing. It sounds like completely fucking elaborate, but the value on the information that's coming back is everything for a bigger heist setup, blah blah blah. Like they're showing, for example, sorry to just keep dragging it on, but just to be clear on what they're showing you, they're now giving the example of, say if someone, and this is completely just examples, that say if you'd been running a lucrative shop in a precinct for an amount of time, and then a shop next door that had been empty, someone takes that unit over, they're befriending you, shopkeepers, you're aligned with something in common, and then they start asking about your security system, blah, 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 that type of thing. So it can pass as natural environment, conversation, situation, but really there's an intention because you're not thinking someone's gone to the extent to hire that shop or even get the people out before, blah blah blah. That's the level of what you're being walked into, some of you. So even if that's not what's going on for you, hopefully that opens your eyes a little bit to the level of Seven of Swords deception that does go on every day around all of us. So with the Ace of Swords, we've got here the Nine of Pentacles. It could be referencing somebody's not so sure if someone's single. There could be others questioning, has someone linked up, or is there a communication, or having readings to see if this person still presents as single or anything like that. It depends literally what they are looking for. Again, it aligns with somebody feeling that someone's better off on their own. And remember, it's not always just because it's Pentacles that it's referencing how much money someone's got in the bank. It comes down to richness of life across the board. If you are centered and committed to your higher perspective and being the best version of yourself that you can be, then you're always going to be Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles in your everyday, every present moment, because you are ultimately always provided for by the universe. And it just simply boils back down to gratitude for waking up and actually being able to awaken that next day, take a breath, blink your eyes, be able to see, and then start the day, have choices, what to wear, what to eat, where to go, whether to stay in bed depressed or get up and get that energy moving. That's the abundance of life that you live every day. So we've got Three of Swords, and they're just adding as well. So this negative King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles that are just funding for ulterior motives, spying, watching, but not helping, doing, or coming out of the shadows or whatever the hell they're up to. They would come under the category most likely of having big established anythings or whatever, but there's that empty hollowness that will always be within. So this is where the mimicking will go on to try and steal somebody's essence so that they can align with it and then project that. So kind of like with a psychopath that has to copy what emotions and reactions and shit to pass off as their own. So we've got here the Four of Cups. So again, someone keeps going to talk themselves into something and then they hesitate and pull back. It's like, oh, it's coming out anyway, or it's almost out anyway, I might as well not say something, or they're all right, there's no point me going forward to change anything because it could make it worse, or they're all right as they are, or whatever. But whatever it is, this person, whoever they are, cannot stop thinking about this truth, this situation, or a truth they know, or something along those lines, because it then starts coming as the Eight of Swords, trapped in their mind and trapped in their circumstances, frustrated, their hands are tied, they can't do anything, but yet their spirit guides will be screaming out, yes, you can do anything, because every day that you wake up and you're grateful that you've got breath in your body and a voice box that works, you can wake up and open your mouth, do something, say something, because if situations did turn more sinister, surely that would be worse to have on your conscience than, oh, they're all right without me, or well, I probably shouldn't say anything, that type of obsessive thinking. We've got here the Three of Wands. Someone is travelling away. We've got the Six of Swords. Someone's going, someone's either already checked out emotionally, like we were seeing, or someone literally is travelling overseas and removing themselves. It's showing here as well that whoever it is, or whatever dynamics we're dealing with here, that the ones on the sidelines or standing on the back, or did or didn't do, that's not ships coming in, that's somebody's got there too late, someone's already left and gone, and that is it, left and gone. And so then it's oh, too late, I wish them well but not, type thing. That the reason they're saying that it's not ships coming in is because there's too many readings that are leading people to believe and that really are in a stuck situation or nightmare situation, or whatever it is, and they're getting placed in a false sense of belief that somebody's going to be coming forward to help them or help their situation. And your spirit guides are saying the reality is that if you're placing your hopes on someone stepping forward to do anything linked to this situation, then you're in for a massive disappointment, because those boats are leaving and they've either left without you, or that is somebody that's you're on that boat and you've left without someone. But that's life when it comes down to procrastinating so much. The choices within life, choose to make a decision. We've got here exactly that. Indecisive. Shall I, shan't I? Will I, won't I? Will they, won't they? But what if? Well, stand there and flip a fucking coin, maybe, because to be deliberating on something that long, your life truly is passing you by and you are going to miss opportunities and whatever it may be. Just make a decision and get on with it. We've got here the Star card, so make a wish, flip a coin, do whatever, and you may be surprised, because the spiraling down thinking needs to be reversed. It's the decision could be for someone that truly is stuck in that situation, that if you're placing that there's a resolution, or there is a like, for example, oh, the truth's coming out anyway, someone's going to get exposed anyway, it benefits me if that happens, or I don't need to do anything to make that. And so you just sit back and it never comes, it doesn't get exposed, because that you're holding, or they're holding, the fucking missing bit of the jigsaw type example. That's what it's saying. Stop putting it outside on others, because no one's coming. You've got to do this yourself. and once you lock into that higher perspective, you do the right thing that you know is the right thing, then you will be divinely protected as this unfolds. So they're just pointing out there may be confusion in how the reading started and the message there to what's there. I can't start tracking back to find the discrepancy. You're just being guided here to take this as it resonates, and remember that there's different perspectives or different situations, obviously, as we know. So one bit of the message could be for someone, the other bit for another, or whatever it may be. So yeah, okay. Hope that was making sense. It feels like I've yeah, digressed loads and everywhere. But this is what we want. As soon as there's all of this, like the complexity that goes behind the manipulation of energy, then absolutely we're going to take a minute to stop and explore it and explain it, because if you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't get a chance to speak to people that do know, then yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how energy works. Yeah, I don't know what these ones are, so obviously they're turned over, but in the sense of why they're coming out, what they're going to show us. Let's see, maybe it's a message to you, collective, regardless of whose energies or what situation this is. Maybe how you're supposed to interpret all of this. We've got here the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, so there's definitely something love-based connection, or a linking up of like minds, or a decision. Anyone stepping forward just to build on what was said, or the various bits before. If you, when I was saying the discrepancy of the bit at the beginning and here, they're saying that the way to know, because one of the messages was sit back, don't get involved, because the real karma's coming round. But if you're actually sat there and your strongest feeling is that you know you should be doing something, but you're inferring how the other one's going to react, receive, do, or fucking don't, then that's what you're needing to override. You do the right thing for you and the situation. Don't keep projecting what you imagine someone's going to say, do, or whatever. You've got to remove that. This is about clearing karmic debt. That could be an element of what you're experiencing, if that's something that you're resonating with. And you could be that final piece of the jigsaw, let's say. Whatever, you're going to know, because you can't be at this stage of the game and not be able to pick up the intuitive signals, messages of your higher self, your spirit guides, and your just basic instincts. I don't know how to see the perspective other than that when I'm telling these messages, because I don't know. If you're not connected to your intuition, then you're probably not going to grasp half the fuck of what I'm talking about in these messages. You will know. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got here the Five of Cups. There's going to be a loss for someone, everyone, whatever. Loss is change. It's inevitable. It's got to expand, contract, and blooming burst apart, and pieces picked back up, or hearts broken so they can heal and mend, and it's all part of the process. So it's like you've lost something in your life before. It could have been something small, it could have been something it's about your pain threshold, unfortunately, without being all like, oh come on, no pain, no gain. It's not about that, but it's not going to be your last loss of your life. You cannot walk with a cotton wool ball jacket in the rain, especially. You're going to get hurt at some point. You've just got to make sure that you're aligned with the truth, kindness, caring, compassion, with every action, thought and intention that you take towards another and whatever you're engaging in. That's how you protect yourself. You don't arm yourself, surround yourself with a load of fucking poisonous, don't give a shit people, do you? And expect that you're not going to get something blow back on you. So if your mind is in the Two of Swords, indecision or blocking something out or frustrated, don't know what to do, then maybe you need to sit a minute and change the thought process and thinking to just mull over that bit of the message just then, because there will be lots that comes forward for you when you do. Loss is going to be incurred, and it already has. So for those, an eye for an eye, whatever you want to call it, it's not really an eye for an eye, because it's not you chopped off an arm, so we're going to chop your arm off type stuff. It's about the magnitude of the energy involved, the intentions. It's like, I intend to do that, but what were the emotions linked to that? How much hatred was compact within that was projected forward, thought or action? That's the cause, and then the effect that comes back in the positive equates to that. So we've got here the Nine of Swords. Someone's definitely stressing out, or like we were saying with the Four of Cups, and so not so much like can't sleep or whatever it may be. Could be your spirit guides are really banging someone's conscience here, and they're trying to evoke them to get up and do something or change something or whatever, or they could be just working something out, so analysing whatever. But as we were seeing, there is something here that is on a time limit. Even though these readings are timeless, yeah, well, it's for whenever you're experiencing this, then you're going to know. We've got here the Empress, and then we've got the Emperor. So it's either someone is feeling, I'll stay back because they deserve someone that's better than me, so that's their low self-esteem projecting out and choosing what they believe is right for your life and so on, or they're wanting to envision masculine, feminine, back and forward, whatever. Someone is looking at, or they're hearing something that's being said, and like, you don't appreciate them, or you treat them, or you do that, or whatever. I know that I would be a better man or woman, or a combination of both for someone, or something along those lines. And that it's not to do with relationship. Again, it is the masculine, feminine that is coming together as a blend. And remember, when we're on about that sinking and that siphoning off and the transference of an essence of a beautiful character, beautiful feeling, or whatever, or an Empress energy or an Emperor energy, when someone tries to siphon that off and apply it like the body snatchers over a persona, it will never stick. It won't be able to blend. It's like the wrong combinations. It can't. It will just slide off like fucking oil sliding off in the sun, whatever. It's it just won't work. It will glitch out multiple. People will see through it, and it will come forward. They're showing with its own stench or its own yeah, so, well, I've never seen this, they're showing me, so take this as you will, but they're saying with that type of transference that's being stolen and used for ill intentions, or not being authentic to create their own persona, let's say, it's like, let's just take that and mimic that as my own. Then what they say in an aura reading, for those that are good that can see it, it will have its own frequency or pattern, or it will be able to stand out. That's why they're wanting more people that read energy, do readings, or do mediumship channeling, or doing whatever to be aware that this is a thing. And it can translate into the ethers. You can see it for those that can. Yeah, so I'm just asking, what about the ones like, oh, I'm seeing this and I'm seeing that, and they're thinking, and they're just saying, oh, yeah, but look, no, it's its own thing, but it will always be the same thing. So by that, let's just say, if it was like a massive fucking square was in there, for example, a square was in their aura, if you were seeing the depth of this energetically, you would always, with male, female, anyone, it would be, and then that would be the symbolic signature of what that means. That's how the symbols translate. You look at something and it unpacks everything. That's what they're saying, that more people need to share this type of stuff. Otherwise, how are you going to know? And you're using your discernment. I appreciate it's a little bit fucking wacky, but it's there. So we've still got the Emperor and Empress aligning, or whether it's the self is blending. Competition, someone's really thinking of that, but also as well with it was thinking of this plan. And so in with the dynamics, there is this, we saw prodding, poking, shit stirring type of energies, that for various reasons, whatever, but it's this chaos that's being caused, unnecessary for pleasure purposes, chaos and conflict being instigated. That's the people that's going to get whacked with the heavy karma, and they're going to bear the brunt of it for many. So this is why as well there's that message, if you are being called to do the right thing, but you're like, oh, my days are numbered already anyway, but you just don't know how it's going to play out. You could clear some of your karmic debt just with a simple action or something that you were being called to do, and then whatever you've got there could possibly release you and transfer onto the fucker that will not stop. The invincible fucker that wants to continue dragging out this game. That's for some, not all. We've got here the Three of Swords. Like we're saying, the cycle isn't closed out, and that's fine. It's like the majority, it's probably not affecting or changing or doing whatever, but what is actually happening is the key fuckery players, everything's reducing down now. So as we were saying, as the year goes on, it will become more and more apparent of those who are spiritually capped and so on, or that are receiving a shit ton of karma playing out one after their out throughout their life in a short periods of time and whatever. And I'm not even on about loss of finances or loss of a loved one. It's even putting that to the side. It's like it will be evident of those who are spiritually capped. Those, maybe that is an issue with the intuition, that they can't fucking tap into it. But it's the beginning stages of where it's coming from, what they were doing with it. Maybe too much damage has been done for some. So yeah, get that. But how are you going to know that? You've got to do something to try. So this Three of Swords, this Five of Cups, it's going to be some kind of loss, some kind of pain. But the ones that are instigating this on purpose with pure intention for happiness, or to tear someone down, or set someone up, or break someone just for the fucking fun of it, they are the ones that it's like they're saying, you could walk out tomorrow and get hit by a bus type energy. We've got the Wheel of Fortune that is clarifying exactly that, what I'm saying. So with our Two of Cups, didn't even realise that was for there. So with our Two of Cups, we've got the Ten of Cups. So there is definitely something that is aligning to where it should be, even if it is that person that's moving away or being removed, or some kind of something that's coming away from a particular long drawn out situation. There will be a Ten of Cups for one or more, well, more than one person, absolutely. It's just I'm seeing three key players that are either already in the process of getting it hard from the Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Karmic Justice. There's three people significant that's standing out. And yeah, you can place their gender wherever you like. We've got here the Fool, somebody that is hesitant, stop starting, shall I jump, shan't I jump into the situation, jump into action. It's just procrastination. It's I don't know, you can't really help anyone past that, can you? You can talk till you're blue in the face, but if someone can't be bothered to get up and take action, then what you're going to do? Look, that was at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of talk going on about nothing. Nothing's going on, but yet there's a lot of talk about nothing going on. Then there's nothing going on, but a lot of shit going on behind the scenes, taking place, moving around, fucking drawing board, maps, strategically doing fucking whatever. Or you've got, from the other side, people absolutely walking around oblivious to what's going on, fucking right in front of their noses, in front of their faces, and still not seeing it. But what are you going to do? That's a pure intention for the fuckers that I was saying, that something has to be taken out, ended. There is no resurrection, rebirth. This is it. It's coming to a close, like the reading said, from the start and now to the end. Something is stopping, and it's going to be quick, and it's not an unaliving, as much as someone or people may be disappointed to know. Yeah. It's even like there's something that should have been, the fuckery intent should have been shut down, should have been stopped, should have been brought to an end, should have fucking shut up by now, or should have been something, and it still hasn't. And that's the energy. So there's a need to sit back and think, if there's been an intensity to stop something, shut something down, end something, remove it, but yet here it is, still living, breathing, still a thing, still limping along, or still in play. What does that mean? Yeah. There's loads of ways that could have spun out right there. It just depends where you are with that. There's a lot in this reading that is there to get people thinking, because there's something stagnant, stuck about this. It's a lot of people hiding, a lot of people watching. Yay. Hopefully that's on my video. Please like and subscribe, especially those returning. So let's get on and see what this is, because it's, like we said, the cycle's not closed out, so it's coming back up again. Rest and rejuvenation. Take a minute to fucking breathe, change your headspace. I'm not even going to say go out in nature. I'm just saying you need to do something to change your headspace to break from this. Google it, do anything. We've got spiritual union, we've got positive movement forward, and then we've got accelerated motion. What you're looking at there is a message from the divine, your spirit guides, something that is written. It is destiny, whether people believe in that sort of thing or whatever. There are certain things that are by design, need to take place, and it gets aligned that way. It's a way of clearing multiple people's karmic debts, or it's about multiple people being positioned right to receive blessings that are due and owed within this lifetime. It's about showing people that the need to continue to have faith and belief and to do the right thing, be the best version of yourself that you can by putting the work in and being conscious about your thoughts and actions, things that you do and things that you say in the moment. It's about all of that. This is what's playing out now, to show people that there was a purpose, there was a reason. There's a purpose and a reason for everything, even if you're not aware of what that is right now. So there you go, collective. There is your reading. Thank you so much for watching, especially to those who saw it through to the end. Yay! I will see you again soon in another reading. Bye bye.